Hey everyone, think abortion doesn't affect you? Think it's someone else's issue? Well, I used to be a die-hard pro-choice activist, but ever since I've come to Asia, I've become very, very pro-life. I want to dispel the myths and lies that I used to promote and set the record straight. Well, here's a little introduction about me. I come from Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. That's our nation's capital. And I used to be a very die-hard pro-choice activist and worked and fundraised for numerous women's and feminist and pro-choice organizations. I did a summer internship with Carol, that's the Canadian version of NARAL, called Carol Canadians for Choice, and did co-organizing for street marches and supporting the abortion clinics and the lobbies and everything like that. And the organizations that I was with, they were the support groups for the biggest abortion provider in Canada, Dr. Morgenthaler. So check out the link that is connected to this introduction, and find out more about him, because there were many television movies made about him, and you can also see who he is. Well, basically my life took quite a turn when all of a sudden I got this last minute offer to come to Korea, and let's just say that my life since coming here has taken a 180-degree turn. Basically, I really started to question, slowly but surely, what I had been, led to believe was true, living in North America. The first whispers of truth in my life, questioning my previous rock-solid pro-choice stance, was when I was able to take a short visit to Hanoi, North Vietnam. Just to set the record straight, this is not a Hanoi Jane Fonda story. I touched down in August of 2005 at Hanoi Bai Airport just outside of Hanoi, North Vietnam. And after my first introductory day of doing the museum, the ethnology place, and all the different types of sites and everything, I met some street seller children, and even though they were really poor, I mean, my goodness, they were quite bright. I mean, they're just there on the street trying to sell stuff so that they could make enough money to go to school. And I tell you, I was just really stunned. I mean, they were they were so smart. And the only problem was that that they were living in a poor communist country where the average person only makes about $2 a day. And I said, wow, like they could really even give many kids in Western nations a run for their money. And after that, I went to a cooperative that houses teens and young adults that have deformities or cancer, and that they live there and they're taught how to make traditional art objects, ceramics, pottery, paintings, and traditional clothes. And I bought, it was a one-of-a-kind masterpiece, the national women's costume of North Vietnam, called an outsai. And I bought it from a girl who was dying of cancer, and she wasn't much younger than me. And basically I started walking through the streets of Hanoi wearing the outsai, and a still small voice, kind of whispered to me, and spoke to my heart. And I was thinking, back where I come from, some people would have said, the girl who made my outsai, should have been aborted. Her mom should have got rid of her, because her life's not worth living, because she's going to have cancer or is born poor. And many people would have said that about the kids that I met in the streets that were selling things. I mean, some people have said, what's their life worth? But I just kind of brushed off these thoughts and everything, just like I brushed off so many things before and never really questioned anything, because growing up pro-choice and everything, and everyone around me thought that way, and unborn baby's just a blob of tissue, and it's not really a baby until 4 or 5 months. So those kinds of ideas, you just brush off and say, oh no, that's not real. So that's the way that's the way that pardon me. Sorry about that. And so basically I quieted those thoughts, and then got on the plane the next day. That was quite the flight. And went back to South Korea to take care of the kids that I take care of there. And then I never really thought very much about it until the Dr. Huang scandal that broke. And you'll get the continuing story in part 2 of this first installment of the Pro-Life Diaries.